Monday Fun Day Vlog! Hello there, my friends. Welcome to another edition of Dwarfsky Vlogs. You know, my Monday Fun Day Vlog thing, I totally botched that. Hello there, my friends. Welcome to another Monday Fun Day Vlog. There we go. Beautiful. Molto bella. Mwah, mwah. Cut it. Print. We're good. I want to talk to you today about a movie I saw last night. I went on a date. And we had a good time and stuff like that. And to finish the date, we went and saw this movie, Divergent. It was such an awful movie. It was so bad. So bad. And don't get me wrong, I am not judging the book Divergent. I am judging the movie Divergent. I have never read the book, so I cannot make any judgments on the book of Divergent. The movie in question stars, not James Franco, and not Kristen Stewart, and Kate Winslet of all people. And Kate Winslet is one of my favorite actresses. She is so good. And yeah, she was so bad in this movie. She couldn't even save it. It was so bad. My first clue to know that I was going to be watching a really bad movie was the fact that when the production company's logos came on, Summit Entertainment popped up, and I loathe Summit Entertainment. They are some of the purveyors of the worst movies. The Twilight series, gone. We will never, ever speak of that movie again. Oh, that movie was so bad! I digress. Anyway, the movie Divergent was very, 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 very heavily inspired by the Hunger Games, minus child killing. It was pretty much the Hunger Games without child killing, which was the best part of the Hunger Games. So the movie takes place in post-apocalyptic Chicago. There was some great war that happened that's never really touched on, but it was a thing, you know, like in the Hunger Games. Basically, there's 5 factions in Chicago, or 6 factions, really, if you want to get real technical about it. There was Abnegation. I have the list right here in front of me. It's because I couldn't, for the life of me, I couldn't remember the names. Abnegation for the selfless, amenity for the peaceful, candor for the honest, dauntless for the brave, and erudite for the intelligent. Okay, and then the 6th one I'm talking about is the Factionless. My biggest problem with this movie was basically that it was just, you could tell it was slapped together. You could tell they just wanted to make money off of this movie. This was literally a giant cash cow for everyone who was involved with this movie. And you could tell it shows in the movie. Okay, you know what? I shouldn't say it's the worst movie I've ever seen, because, damn it, The Call still exists. I might talk about that one at a different time. The reason why I had a problem with this movie is the fact that the movie just was a walking contradiction. The movie contradicted itself all the time. Because, I mean, we start with our plucky little heroine, not Kristen Stewart, who basically goes in, they take a test to see which faction they should belong into. Which, it never really explained anything with that. Like, how it would choose or something like that, you know? But, again, it kind of undermines itself because it's like we have this entire system set up for the factions to divide you into factions. And then it goes ahead and contradicts itself later in the movie by saying, yeah, we have this test to determine which faction you should be in. But really, you can choose whatever faction you want. Then why do you have the test? Why? She takes the test, and all of a sudden, like, tattooed lady, it's just like, get up, you gotta go, your test results were inconclusive. And she's like trying to get a straight answer out of this girl. She's like, you're divergent. Ooh, it sounds something really spooky and stuff like that, you know, it's really rare. Which again, the movie contradicts itself later in the movie, because there's divergence everywhere. It's not rare. It's not rare at all. She gets ushered out and tells him, like, oh, don't tell anyone. Just say you were abnegant. And so I was like, okay, well, it never really, the entirety of the movie, it never really explains why being divergent is such a bad thing. Like, they explain, it's like, oh, you're a free thinker. Well, everyone's a fucking free thinker in this city. Why is that such a big deal? Like you even said yourself, everyone's allowed to choose which faction they go into, despite the stupid pointless test you have set up in place. Logic! Movie logic. Yeah, no, it never really explains why being Divergent is so damn bad. That was one thing that bothered me about the movie. Another thing that bothered me about the movie is the way it practically demonized education. Because you got the erudites, who were the intelligent ones that were all educated and stuff like that. So the educated people are the bad guys in this movie, okay? That bothered me. And not necessarily because educated people do make very good bad guys. I mean, look at Sherlock. Professor Moriarty. Brilliant. But no, the reason why I did not like the intelligent people being the bad guys in this movie is because they weren't intelligent. At all. The reason why I say this is because they never had a reason to do the things they did in that movie. Never. At all. None whatsoever. They just said the government was broken. And that would be fine and dandy if the government was actually broken. They never once showed in this movie that everything was bad with the way things were run under these people. They seemed pretty fine, and all the other factions seemed pretty cool with it too. And like, oh yeah, these guys are doing a good job, except for the intelligent people. You know, and you could say, oh, it's a power play. They just want to be in charge and stuff like that. No, they stuck to their guns, so that can't be their thing, because she stuck to her guns like, oh, I'm going to make things better. We're going to make the government run better, you know? She stuck to her guns, thoroughly convinced that the government was broken, even though she was the one who literally broke everything. And that bothered me so much, because it was like she was literally contradicting her own character, just contradictions all the time. Ow, I just punched myself in the face. Bothered me. They just didn't have any good reason whatsoever to do the things they did in this movie. None whatsoever. It was ridiculous. Anyway, those were my big reasons. I could definitely go into how cheesy some of the lines were and stuff like that. Like, literally, I love a movie that breaks the fourth wall, you know? But this movie did break the fourth wall, and it did it poorly. It's very hard to break the fourth wall and do it right, you know? Because every time somebody's like, what are you going? He's like, you don't have the guts to shoot me. And she'd be like, why does everyone keep saying that? And she'd shoot him. No, see, the thing to making a good punchline of a joke is to not draw attention to it. Like, literally, the worst thing you can do is, like, be that guy that goes, like, says something funny, go, and that's what she was trying to do, was trying to draw a laugh, you know? And it just wasn't a good joke. In all honesty, it would have been better if he's like, you're not going to shoot me. Boom, shoots him. Doesn't say anything about it. The guy falls to the ground, and it's like, okay, and it probably would have been more cool and more badass than her taking the time to waste breath saying, why does everyone keep saying that? There's many things wrong with this movie. All you need to know is I did not like this movie. My date did not like this movie. And the main character, I actually had to look up her name because she was so damn unmemorable that I forgot her name the moment I stepped out of that theater. I was trying to recall it, and I just stopped. I was like, what was the main character's name? I went to my date, and she's like, you know, I don't remember either. That right there should sum it up. That right there should sum it up right there. It was a bad movie. Wasn't a good movie. It had potential. I'm not going to say it was the worst movie ever because The Call still exists, and so does Gone. But it definitely was not a good movie. Anyway, that's my discussion of the movie Divergent. I hope you enjoyed this review. Yeah. I hope you all have yourself a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next Monday Funday vlog. Bye now. Bye. Bye.